G'day, it's Aussie Dollar Man here. In this video, I want to talk to you about Tunnel Through the Air decoding and where to start. We know from the foreword of Tunnel Through the Air that it contains a valuable secret clothed in veiled language. Gann's instructions to us are to read the book 3 times and then to read the Bible 3 times in order to understand everything. However, if you're like me, you may have read the book a lot more than 3 times and still not have much of an idea of what's going on, at least in the beginning. And the reason for that is that it requires a certain amount of background knowledge or preparation before you can learn the secrets that are in the book. And in his very first book, The Truth of the Stock Tape, right at the start, Gann puts in a quote from Emerson on preparation. The quote you can see there: "No man can learn what he has not preparation for learning, however near to his eyes is the object. A chemist may tell his most precious secrets to a carpenter, and he shall be never the wiser. The secrets he would not utter to a chemist for an estate." Now, if you go through Tunnel Through the Air enough times and you have some preparation and you have some background, I promise you over time you will start to see things in there that you didn't notice the first, second, third time that you've read it. And they are powerful secrets too. And some of them are well hidden, but some of them are not that well hidden. And you look at them and you'll say, gee, that's a very powerful truth just laid out for anyone to see it. But as you can see there, however near to your eyes are the object, you won't see it unless you have the proper preparation. Now, I've already done a video on the recommended reading for Gann researchers. There's a list of books and knowledge that you can acquire by going through that list. But even that is a pretty big task, so I thought I'd break it down to an even smaller chunk for you. And a great book to start with is this book here, Quadrivium, The 4 Classical Liberal Arts of Number, Geometry, Music, and Cosmology. In this book, you're going to find a lot of information that's going to help you recognize certain things that are being expressed in Tunnel Through the Air and help you to start to put the pieces together. Now, there are a lot of subjects that you are going to need to be on top of if you want to understand the cycles and the techniques that Gann is giving you in Tunnel Through the Air. The obvious one is astronomy and astrology. It's the most talked about, the one that's most often referenced by people. Astronomy deals with the movements of celestial bodies or the movements of the planets as they orbit the sun. Astrology deals with the interpretation of these movements. And obviously it's a massive field. You've got things like birth charts, financial astrology, mundane astrology, Harari astrology, medical astrology. So it's going to take you a long time. In fact, I've actually heard people say it takes a 20 or 30 year study of astrology to fully understand it. So there's a lot there. My suggestion would be to read a few astrology books, get a little bit of a feel for what's going on there so that you can recognize certain things and look up certain things in Tunnel Through the Air when Gann talks about them. Have a look at what the planets are doing on certain dates using an ephemeris or a program like SolarFire Gold or Astrolog. But don't try to become an expert in astrology if your goal is to make money from trading, because you're not going to find Gann cycles in those books. You're going to find keys for unlocking them, but you won't find the actual cycles themselves. They are in Tunnel Through the Air. You just need to understand a little bit about the language of astronomy and astrology so that you can start picking up on some of the clues that Gann leaves you. Another topic is numbers or numerology. There are several books on numerology on Gann's reading list. They're actually at the top of the list. Pythagorean numerology is where I would recommend that you start. Look at the values of words or phrases or inventions or airplanes, etc. For example, look at the word Robert Gordon. Use numerology to work out what is the numerological value of Robert Gordon, and you'll find that it is 70, which reduces to 7, which is an interesting number I'm sure you'd be aware of by now. Robert Gordon's 7 days comes to mind at the end of Tunnel Through the Air, or towards the end of Tunnel Through the Air. Another topic is sacred geometry. That's a massive subject there. There's a lot going on there. At first glance, I looked away from it. This is too hard, but there is a lot of important stuff in there. Although that deals with some of the higher level stuff. It is encoded in Tunnel Through the Air, but it is very, very hard to find. So again, you need the proper background if you want to even attempt to do that. Music is another subject that is referenced in Tunnel Through the Air and by Gann. Also, something that gets overlooked in addition to Quadrivium is just simple market basics and form reading of markets. So in Tunnel Through the Air, it does help you if you have read Gann's other works, such as his stock and commodities courses or his other books out there. You will find certain references there that will make more sense having read Gann's other works. My suggestion would be not to try and tackle all of these at once. Pick one of them and start. A great place to begin, other than Gann's books, is the Quadrivium book that I just mentioned, because it does cover those first 4 topics there: astronomy, numbers, sacred geometry, and music. Remember though, Gann takes time, and at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, what do you actually want from all of this work? If you just want to make money as a trader, you can make money using some of the basic techniques that Gann teaches you in his books. If your goal, like me, is to understand all of it, well, it is going to take you some time. So my suggestion is put aside regular time for study and just enjoy the journey as you go through, and enjoy the discoveries one by one as they pop up. They are worth it, and they do come. That's it for this video. My aim is to make a series of videos to assist you with the decoding. So if there is an area that you have a question on, or a video that you would like to see, type something into the comments below, and I will take that on board as I make future videos later in the year. Till next time, all the best, and bye for now.